another response with a small concealed blade. It can often happen that you are in a hold, and especially a neck hold, which is extremely dangerous, where the person can immediately cut off your air supply, leading to unconsciousness or even death. In such a situation, your life is in extreme danger. So how do you react to preserve your life? The next technique is a lock of the neck. First, you put your arm around him so that the crook of your wrist lies exactly where his trachea is. Second, for leverage, you use your other arm and the second crook of your wrist on his shoulder. You press down with this, you push in with the shoulder so that his head does not have room to move about. And in the end, you tuck your head against his to further immobilize him. The effectivity of this lock is, to administer this lock, one needs to simply move the wrist in this manner. Once the wrist moves in this manner, the trachea is forced, causing him to choke. Now, escape from this lock is extremely tricky. While this lock is intimate, it's also lethal. It does not take more than 5 to 6 seconds for the brain to go into unconsciousness because of the lack of oxygen. Therefore, whatever actions one takes, it must be immediate and it must be effective. Now, as you can see, the effector, the main holding force of this entire system is this leverage arm. What the defender must do is to be able to immobilize this system. And to immobilize this system, he needs to target the tendons which are exposed here. It is not visible, it's not in his line of sight. It is difficult for him to access, but he can access it by trying to feel its way. The normal response of any untrained person to such a thing is to try to pull his hand down with the help of their hand. Therefore, this action is not registered as a threat. By doing this, he has effectively understood the position of this hand. By doing so, he now knows the approximate location of the tendons, with which he can make a cut with his knife. With the tendons out of place and the hand immobilized, he has now room to move. In which case, he can now cut the tendons of the wrist or cut the throat and finishing the opponent. Beware, while you are in this position, if you do not act quickly, and even if you are successful in cutting the tendons of his wrist, and if your opponent is fast enough, he can still accomplish by grabbing the trachea, putting you into an even more disastrous situation. Your actions must be quick, precise, and effective. Now, for example, if there is a neck hold and the person is putting pressure on your gullet, try to get them to speak. If they speak, listen to the position of their voice and strike 3 inches below the position of their voice. While the advantage of this law is its intimacy, that in itself is a disadvantage. Because the lock is so intimate, I or this defender can easily access the throat of the assailant and cut it, thereby successfully freeing himself from the lock. That is a lethal move and it can kill the assailant. And you should use it only in the case of grave danger.